I understand that. I understand that. Gentlemen who are joining us on Periscope, what's up, Coach Bill? Thank you so much, Daddy-O. I'm trying to get my little camera set up all perfect so we can all be a part of this conversation. We are about to do our Ask PDA letter, that portion of the show where we read the very letters that our listeners send to us asking us for our advice. So, Sporty is just tapping away. What are you inviting people? You inviting people to our Periscope? Yes, if you don't follow me on Periscope, shame on you. Follow me. For those of you guys who are listening to us on Blog Talk Radio or who are watching us live on YouTube. But if you're watching us live on YouTube, there's no reason for you to see us on Periscope right now, but you can follow us in the future and make sure that you don't miss any of the good stuff that happens when we get on Twitter, because you know when Cousin Chan and I get on Periscope, anything can happen. With that being said, it is time to do our Ask PDA letter. So I'm going to go ahead and mute Sporty and them. Every time I say Sporty and them, I always think about AD telling myself, what Sporty be doing? Alright, it is time for the Ask PDA letter segment, y'all. Here we go.
Possibly ourselves. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
All right, everybody, it is time for our Ask PDA letter, and our Ask PDA letter is being brought to you by our producer's drink of the week. Cousin Chan has come up with another one again. She came up with freedom, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out, ladies and gentlemen, you have done yourselves a major disservice. So go on ahead and check it out first chance you get at facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate and click on the drink of the week. Try it out. Let us know what you think about it. But in the meantime, in between time, here is our Ask PDA letter. And for those of you who are watching me on Periscope, I'm actually streaming live on YouTube as well. So if I'm not looking at you, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm actually doing 2 simultaneous streams. All right, here's the letter. It's a little long, so we're going to have to keep our answers short when we get to it, okay? Dear PDA, I've been dating my boyfriend for a few years. However, here's the problem. However, there's a problem. That seems to come up every so often, and I'm not quite sure how to handle it anymore. He's white. I'm Mexican. It's never been a problem for us, but it did take some getting used to him since not everybody in my family speaks English, and he doesn't really speak Spanish. Here's the problem. I don't look like I'm Mexican. Most people can tell I'm not white, but they don't exactly know what I am. The issue is when people start talking about Mexicans in a way that's very demeaning. For example, we went to visit family over the Labor Day weekend, and at one point, some of the people started talking about how one of the local fast food restaurants had been taken over by Mexicans. And that's in air quotations, by Mexicans. They went on to say that that now no one who worked there spoke English, and that all jokes and made jokes about how service has gone down the drain because of them. But at least they're fast. And that's when they remembered that I'm Mexican. Then all of a sudden it was, oh my God, I didn't mean it in a bad way. Or, I hope I didn't offend you. One of them even patted my knee with the look on her face like she felt bad for me due to the fact that I am Mexican. I've never talked about how I felt about this with my boyfriend, and he acted then and now like it never happened. PDA family, please tell me if I should leave now or stay and end up potentially marrying into a family like this. Signed, Mixed Feelings. All right. They're saying I muted me. I don't know how I muted me. I did nothing. I don't know who I'm talking about. How did I mute me? Can y'all hear me on there? I don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, if she thinks I'm muted, then she needs to unmute me. It's just that simple. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to go to you, Sporty, and you can tell me what you think. And then Andreas, and I'll wrap it up. So let me go ahead.
I think you should always voice your opinion. I think you should always say what's there. You know, I think you run into problems when you don't communicate. Communication is always key, and if you can't handle being able to, especially marrying into that kind of a family, then don't do it. You know, that's really just the bottom line. If you can handle it and you can stand your ground, then and be able to communicate, then do that. You know, do what's going to work best for you. Remember that, you know, you have to live with this person the rest of your life if that's what is going to happen. So, you know, you got to follow your first line and follow your heart.
Okay, y'all ready? Okay. They're doing it on purpose. They're saying these things on purpose. They know what they're saying when they're saying these things, and they know that you're sitting there when they say these things. And then, you know, we're not talking about you. You're different. That's bullshit. And you can think about it another way if you want to, and you can marry that guy if you want to, but if you're going to marry that guy, stay away from his family. But then you look at the fact that when it comes to holidays and all this good stuff, you can't even go there, and he's not going to take up for you, okay? They don't like you. You know they don't like you. Kick rocks. Go away. You're going to be unhappy with this cat. I'm sorry, but don't be a punk. But that's all I have to say.
Wow. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? They are very, very, very adamant about their positions. So, anyway, I am tired of people trying to talk to me about random shit that can be talked about later. But I will say to our letter writer, sweetie, you already know what you need to do. You just asking for us to give you permission to do something that you want to do all along. Now, what you have not done is you didn't take the time to have a conversation about this man that you've been in a relationship with 4 years. You said you've been with this man for several years. And you don't have the courage to go to him and say, hey, boo-boo kitty, hey, honey bunch, hey, love muffin, hey, whatever it is that you call him, right? To say, listen, your family is very denigrating, you know, to Hispanics or to Mexicans or to whatever. And God only knows what they say when I'm not around and what you allowed them to say. Because what you've allowed them to say when you are around is totally inappropriate. So, with that being said, you need to make the decision on if you want to potentially spend your family holidays like this. If you want to bring kids into a scenario where it's very possible that the family that they have doesn't love them. You know what I mean? Or will say negative and derogatory and slick things and think it's okay. You know, what I find more troubling about this is not their ignorance, but it's your man's silence. That's what I find more troubling. That's the most important thing. Because you're not in a relationship ultimately with his family. But you do need to have a conversation with him to let them know how uncomfortable that they make you feel. And the fact that it made you uncomfortable that he didn't do anything. And he acts like nothing ever happened. So, what I will suggest is you have that conversation. I'm not going to tell you to leave your man. That's not my job. Well, my job is to tell you to evaluate your current situation and see what it means to you in terms of how you want to live the rest of your life, and if he's the kind of man that you want to be with that will stand up for you. And if you don't think he's that kind of guy to do that, then you got some tough decisions to make. All right, Love Muffin? All right, for those of you guys on Periscope, I'm going to bid you I'm going to bid you adieu, and I am going to go ahead and continue our conversation about race. Tonight on our show, the topic is, it's about race, damn it. And we've had a very powerful conversation, but we got to go back over here and wrap up the show. So I'll see you guys next time. Back to the show with you guys.